Hey y'all, welcome to season 3 of Business in Blue. I'm your new host, Leah Harper, and I gotta tell y'all, I am beyond excited for this season. I'm excited for the stories that are gonna come out of it. But today, I have a very special guest in the studio. She is someone who I have admired for many years. We had a chance to grow up with one another, so I'm so great to have her in the studio. She is no stranger to social media or to the limelight. I want to welcome to the studio, Salem Moses.
Yay, hi, I'm so happy to be here.
So I created this game. It's called Campus Flashbacks. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. You're just going to go with your gut. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
All right. So favorite class that you didn't expect to love?
Favorite class? I don't know if I have. I was thinking about this because I don't know if I have like a specific class. I have elements from certain classes that I really loved about them. With Dr. Cosenza, okay. She has a does principles of social media marketing class. Mm-hmm. And I really love that class because it kind of gave me the opportunity to create like I want to, like what I do now. A lot of what I did in that class, even though it was extremely hard for me, I do now in my work, in my regular life. So that was one class.
Social media.
Yeah, working? Social media. So that kind of correlated together. Dr. Sasala, I will tell anybody, go ahead and take him. If it's an option, go ahead and take him. He will save your semester. So I didn't expect to love that class, but
teachers like that.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that class a lot.
Okay, so you get the munchies. It's about 11 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. What was your go-to food spot that's still open?
11 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. Dixie Queen.
Okay.
Or my favorite was Dixie Queen. Okay. So if I was just, it's time, I have time, I'm going to sit down and wait for a little minute. Yeah. I would love to put all my friends in a car and we just go to Dixie Queen. We knew the line was going to be long. We knew we were going to be waiting for almost an hour, but it would be worth it in the end.
Right.
And
then
we'd have shout out to
Dixie
Queen. We'd have great conversations in the car, listen to some great music, and then end it with great food. It was just an entire experience.
I'll tell you, you make so many memories just in the car going to get food with your friends. That was a top tier thing that we would do.
It's a great way to get me to go anywhere. Food,
okay.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say you're making a playlist. You need to get some study work done, or you're getting ready to go somewhere. What's going to be your playlist vibe? More of an R&B kind of girl. More of a.
I kind of go all around. I'm all over. I'm very I can go from electronic to alternative R&B. When I was in school, I found this girl named Mareba. Mareba. She's an alternative R&B artist.
To her, Mareba.
So fire.
Thinking of your U of M memories, what is one memory that will always make you laugh? Or a situation that you had that is just hilarious to you?
One memory that will always make me laugh. Oh, okay. So I lived right off campus with 3 other roommates, and I love them so much. We're still friends to this day. And we lived in a rental house. My friend's mom, she got this great deal, and we all got together and we went in on a rental house together. And it was it's literally down the street, 2 minutes away. Mm-hmm. And so one day, I don't know. So my roommate has a cat, and his name is Toothless. And that day, the cat was acting super weird. He was just tiptoeing around, doing weird stuff. And we were like, what is wrong with him? Given, he is an odd cat. So there's always something wrong with him. But,
Toothless,
this day,
Toothless
yes,
is
that's
already
his
name.
Look, the name says it all. He's a crazy cat. But, this day he was acting particularly odd. And so we were like, okay, he's just weird. But we went on through that day and he was still acting like that. And then eventually my roommate heard a scurry. He was chasing after something. Why was a squirrel in
the house?
Yes. Why was a squirrel in the house? I swear, we lit up that entire street with screams. We opened the door.
What time was this? Was this during the day?
This was during the day. This was midday on a cloudy. I will never forget it.
You know what? The squirrels around here, they run the campus.
This is Squirrel Haven.
They run the campus.
The squirrels have a family, an entire ecosystem, a hierarchy probably.
And I'll see a clan of them.
Who's the king squirrel? We need to have a conversation.
Like they're just out there plotting, like just coming out of nowhere. But that's all for our icebreaker game. So that's campus flashbacks. I know that you're a proud FCBE alum, so I wanted to ask you, based off of your college experience, how did it shape you both personally and professionally for what you do now?
So I always see college as, I think it was like an opportunity for me. Not like some people say that like college wasn't needed and that you wouldn't use your degree. Like personally, I feel like I needed college because I'm not the type of person that was ready like right when I turned 18 after high school to just like jump into the workforce.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
That wasn't me, and I knew that wasn't my journey,
Yeah.
And so I needed college to teach me some things, about life, about friendships. And so I think that it definitely played that role in my life. Now, professionally, it definitely gave me the experience. Like I worked with her name is, this is not her last name, but her name is Donna. She is one of the internships. She helps with internships in the college. And so I really love that I worked with her and decided to take that step to, use that resource, because she was so helpful in helping me find internships and stuff. And so not only did college help me personally with friendships and everything, teach me things about myself, but it also gave me that experience professionally, with internships, help me I guess learn how to lock in. Sometimes you just need that opportunity.
That was really leading to my next thought. I love that you mentioned, you said her name was Donna. Yeah, I was going to ask you a question along the lines of who stood out to you throughout your journey throughout college? What helped spark your interest into branding, into marketing, into media, those sorts of things?
So when I came in, I really didn't know what I wanted to do.
Every college student.
Right? I came in as an engineering student. Why?
Engineering?
Why? I don't know. I just thought it would, back then, I was on TikTok a lot in social media, and at that time they were really pushing women of color going into the tech field. And so that's why I was okay, I'm just gonna go in and be an engineer and make all this money, and then I can just do what I really want to do on the side. And la 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 la. But I realized that I really don't like math like that, and then I didn't think that I could really buckle down and do what I really didn't want to do for 4 years plus, So
what year did you make that switch over to
I
FCBE?
made that my freshman year. So it actually wasn't, it wasn't, it didn't take a long time for me to realize I didn't like it.
At least FCBE caught you early on.
Right. They did catch me early on, yeah. So I came in during COVID. So that was the...
COVID year?
I did come in COVID year. Wow. And so during all that free time, all that time at home, me and my friends, we kind of ran around the city, taking pictures and stuff like that. That's what we did. There was nothing else to do. So that's what kind of got me into
online courses and everything like that too.
So I came on and I stayed in Centennial, but it was still a ghost town. They were running, the rules were so strict. I remember RAs were literally running after people, because you couldn't come in you couldn't go in anybody else's room. You couldn't go in anybody else's I don't know if you know, CP is you have different sections.
Yeah,
so everybody has
a
So it's you couldn't go in anybody else's section. There were girls and boys, and so they'd be running after people if they saw you in another section. They'd be hey, I don't know. It was a movie. I would be literally top-notch security.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, the campus was a ghost town, and so me and my friends just kind of took that opportunity to explore. I explored the city, and I explored my creative juices. I loved taking pictures and editing them and whatever. And so in my head, marketing was how I could monetize what I loved to do creatively in the best way possible. So I typically lean towards the creative marketing and stuff like that. That's what I do in my job today, aside from the management and stuff.
Yes.
And so that's why I decided to go into marketing. I got into pictures, editing and stuff like that. And then I was so inspired by the marketing campaigns and the creative things. Nike always has really cool creative marketing commercials and stuff like that. Those types of things inspired me, and that's what I wanted to do. And so I'm okay.
So for our listeners who might not be located here in Memphis, or for listeners who are here but don't know much about Choose901, can you tell us more about y'all's mission, your vision, and how did Choose 901 truly even get started?
So Choose901 is a megaphone for positive news in Memphis. Everything great that about Memphis, everything, all the beautiful things that come outside of the city, from stories about restaurant owners to the actual restaurants to experiences to parks, like everything that can be experienced by a Memphian or by someone who doesn't know anything about Memphis but like wants to explore, like we cover. And so that's what we do. We give people a reason to stay here, because even though our page is really fun, it's really immersive, it's really bright, it also is, I mean, there's a strategy to it, is what I say. Like, our motto is invest and enjoy. And so by like spotlighting these restaurants and showing people these fun things, like we're giving them, like making them aware of what we have and what's here. And when they come and they spend their money at these small businesses, like I just reviewed a catfish place in South Memphis. Yeah. And so when people see that video and they come and they support that catfish place, that puts money in the hands of that business owner who's a Memphian. And so like, you know, economic development and workforce development, that plays a part in our work and our mission. And so, you know, it keeps funneling money through the city and just keeps those businesses open. And that in turn gives Memphians like a reason to stay here. Like, you know, even the students that come and they graduate here, I think that's what my boss had in mind when he started Choose901 around 2015. Like, he was thinking like, okay, people are graduating here. People are coming to school. They're being educated here. Lawyers, doctors, people are great talents and minds are coming out of these colleges, out of Memphis, University of Memphis, you know, but they're leaving and they're taking their talent elsewhere. And we're thinking like, he was confused. Like, why are you doing that? When you can build a life here, you know, you can build a community here. And so like, if people don't know what is available to them and people don't know that, then like it's hard to find that connection or feel like you have that opportunity to like build something, build a life, you know, build a happy life. So I think that that's what we do. We give people reasons to stay and invest and enjoy in the city.
Yeah, what I love is it's like there's brains behind the beauty of the page.
There's brains behind the beauty of the page, you know? Like, this she's not just a shining face. We have a strategy, you know? Like, we're luring people in.
Totally. Gotta catch them.
Exactly.
And y'all are doing
We're catching them with catfish right now. They're really enjoying
it. So with your job, Choose901, of course, I know what you're doing. Our studio is aware, but I'd like for you to share with our listeners, what do you truly do for Choose901? What's the vision behind the brand, the marketing, the Instagram posts? Because we see them. I see them all the time. And I'm always like, ooh, that's something I can do this weekend. Let me go visit that downtown or in Midtown. So what do you specifically do?
So I am the social media resident for Choose901. I handle all the social content and posts. I produce the content. I plan it. I handle a lot of like partnerships and stuff like that. So when you see us review a restaurant or go and try an experience or something like that to share with others, like I reach out to those people, like handle like partnerships in that way. So there are a lot of ins and outs to that. Like we have different campaigns and stuff like that. Like we do different projects and stuff. So those campaigns could be in collaboration with organizations around the city, which is why like I get to meet a lot of really cool people. But my job is basically to help share like the great things about Memphis and the beautiful parts of Memphis and help people see Memphis like I do, in this light that like Memphis is a growing city. Memphis isn't perfect, but there's so much opportunity here. There's so much light here, and there's something for everyone. I feel like if you just look for it and if you just reach out and find it, like it's there.
I feel like that's something that I personally have been trying to include on our social media pages as well, because I'm the marketing and communications associate for Fogelman as well. So just being sure to show that Memphis is more than just a city. It's a college city. It's a college town. It's where our students can grow, can actually get involved and get placed in real world businesses and whatnot. And I just love it. I love Choose901. I love the page.
Thank you.
I truly just love everything. So when you're planning for your post or planning for how you're going to brand or market something, what are those first few steps that you decide to take?
So my first few steps is like to get out my notepad and
Yeah.
start writing things out a little bit. So
Write
like
it out.
sketch, if I have an idea, especially if I'm really excited about something, I need to write it out and hash it out. So when I take it to my boss, like I know what I want to do. Like, hey, I have this idea. Like this is how it's gonna go. Because you know, when you're in the workplace and you're in somewhere like I am, where like you know ideas are accepted and you know they're embraced, you know, and it's, you know, encouraged for people to share their thoughts and things like that. Like you still learn how things are really gonna get done. Like I know like it's more likely for what I want to get done if I come with a plan.
Yeah,
like,
you come
okay,
prepared.
like, hey, like this is what I want to do. We could do it like this. We could do it like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and as I've grown like in the organization and learned different things. Like I've learned how best to do things, if that makes sense. Like, you know, we're a small team. Like I am the only one that does, you know, the social media like managing other than my own boss.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Like
Of course.
other than my own boss, but everybody else has different roles and things, but like
Yeah.
I'm the only one where that's my sole job. So it's like being the only one who does that, I have to learn how to work with one person doing it. So it's like if I come out with a plan or idea, like I have to do it in a way that's like efficient for me in the process because I'm only one person. So imagine like if I had to like spend 8 hours on a project, you know, and it didn't go well. Like that's 8 hours I could have been doing something else. So I guess like managing that time. So the like back to your question, the first few steps in the process is just to write it down.
Of course.
And, you know, write it down, make sure I have everything together, and then just bring it. Like the next step is like to bring the idea to Adam, who's my communications director. Yeah. And so bring it to him. Most of the time he'll be like, yeah, okay. If you can like make it work or if you can make it happen because our resources are limited. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that Choose901 is actually under the umbrella of a company called City Leadership, which is a small nonprofit. So we have multiple campaigns within City Leadership. So it's Choose901, but it's also Serve 901, Teach 901.
I have no clue. You're teaching me something
yes,
new.
like, yeah, it's Choose901, Serve 901, Teach 901, Choose901 alumni.
Do you do things for all of those or just specifically Choose901?
Yeah, so Choose901 takes up most of my time, of course. Yeah. But, you know, if another campaign needs help or if, you know, there's a way I can support in other ways, so like with filming or editing some sort of content, then yeah, I do content for other ones.
I love that. So I know that within Choose901, you still are building your own brand and building who Salem is. And I know that tons of students are trying to do that as well. So I want to tap into our student listeners. What advice would you try to give to someone who wants to follow within your footsteps going into the marketing and branding world? What would you recommend for them to keep in mind as they're trying to pursue a career in that field?
It's so funny you asked me this question because I just graduated in December. And so my journey, thank you. So my journey is I'm still kind of learning those things too. But one thing I learned as far as just going for opportunities is literally to do that. Go for it. You know, if there's something that you want and there's something like a company or an organization you feel like really connects with you and you want to work for that organization, then I don't believe that desire was put there for no reason. Yeah. Like go ahead and email them, you know, like that's why I went to Donna, who works with the internship help like section like of this college, because I was so sure about the internships that I wanted. I was so sure about the companies that I wanted to be a part of that I was like, hey, like, can you help me like bring my best self here so I can like when I present it, you know,
like being confident.
It's my best work. Yeah. So be confident. Go for it. If you see something that you want or you see somewhere that interests you, like go ahead and nurture that. Go ahead and like make a cover letter, send them your resume. Yes. If they look and see if they have any job positions open, look and see, like go visit there. Go see. Like when I came on to Choose901, it wasn't just like they contacted me. I actually contacted them.
Were you nervous to reach out?
I was so nervous. I went to Donna and I was like, I really love it here. And I think like It's great. I don't see any job postings or anything for them, but I think I can be an asset to this place.
Yes, of course.
And she was like, oh my gosh, great. Let's create a cover letter. So she reviewed my resume. She suggested that I create a cover letter. She read it over, and she gave me some tips and advice. And so I sent it to them.
Yeah.
I just sent it to them all. Everybody's email was online. I don't think it's there anymore, probably because of me.
Probably because
of me. But it's fine. Everybody's email was on like the website. So I
reached out to every single person.
I reached out to everybody. I put everybody in that email. And I had the cover letter, my resume, and I had this whole, email set up like, hey, like my name is Salem. I introduced myself. I did all that and nobody answered. Nobody responded. No. I tried calling. I don't even know who I called because we don't even have a phone. Like, we don't have a landline phone, so I don't know who I was calling. But I called someone, nobody answered. And so for weeks went by.
No.
I didn't get a response.
No, thanks for...
No.
Okay.
And so it's like weeks went by. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go. Like, the address is also online. So I just I had like a little... blazer, whatever, that I used for literally everything I did because it's the only one I had.
What I'm getting from this, you are bold, Salem.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
Sometimes, but that's the thing. That's the advice I would give. Like, be bold about your career, If it's something that is really in your heart and that you want to do, like, go for it, Like, don't limit yourself by thinking things are out of reach for you, Like,
I'll even say, like, with me landing this position, it was almost that same form. Like, my best friend had referred it to me and she was like, I really think that you should go out for this. I think you'd be great. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I was a little nervous. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just try to fill out an application. Went on Handshake, and you had to be a sophomore or a junior, and I was a freshman applying for the position. So it was like, technically I couldn't apply. Like, I couldn't submit my application. But once again, I saw the email on there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to record my video. I'm going to edit it the best I can and just try to authentically be myself, and if it's for me, it'll be for me. And now I'm here. So
now you're here.
I really love that advice that you gave. Like, lean into what you want to do. Don't be afraid. Like, the worst thing they can say is no. And if they say no,
and that's the worst thing, and that's okay. Because you know what? Actually, so when I went up there and I knocked on the door and I gave them my resume, and like somebody
printed it off.
Yes.
Was it in color?
I did print it off.
I love it.
Look, I wasn't gonna come up there not prepared.
Right,
so I had my blazer on and I printed it off and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go. And I knocked on the door. Somebody was there. He was like, oh my gosh, thank you for your resume, whatever. I was like, yes, like I emailed you all, but I also wanted to come up and just say hello and whatever. After that, they got me because they knew I wasn't gonna leave them alone. Yeah, so they got back to me and
face with a name.
Yeah,
like in person. Yeah, that's big.
But that didn't even lead to a paid internship. So they received my letter, they emailed me back, and they said they didn't have any internships like available
at the time.
But they said I could come on and I could learn like as an unpaid intern, and I could, help out with the content. I was like, I want to make money, but I see this as a learning experience and let's do it.
It's almost like your passion was bigger than the price.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It was bigger than the price. I was in college at the time. I was like, okay, let's do it. I might get in some cool stuff. And I did. I stayed there through like 2 months, like through December that semester. And
when did you start?
That was 22, I think.
So like
junior it was like year? Fall 22. So that was sophomore year.
Sophomore, okay.
For me. Yeah. Sophomore year. Wait, no. Junior year. Beginning of my junior year. Yeah. The fall junior year, that's when I did that. And so that experience was great. I made some great relationships and connections with that. And then it ended. And I was like, that's okay. I had other things going on. Yeah. I got like other internships. I got other jobs. But then like I also like stayed connected. I happened to see like the guy that I worked under at the time. I happened to see him around everywhere. So I was like, every time I saw him, I was like, hey, how are you? And he was like, hey, how are you? Like we were almost friends at this point. Like we saw each other everywhere. So I was like, you remember me? Remember me if there's any openings available now. If there are any openings available, don't forget. He was like, oh, I'm gonna let you know. And he wasn't kidding, because almost 2 years later, I got a text and he was like, hey girl, there's an opening available for a position. Like, we have had some organizational changes, we've had some leadership changes, and we'd love if you come on here.
Oh, now you got it.
And I was like, I got it. But that was because at one time, years ago, I decided to be bold and I decided to make that connection. So your connections matters in advice that I would give, but also just be bold about it. Sometimes you have to step out and do something different to be, to be seen and noticed. I did something different by showing up at that time, but
and
if it's something...
And it's also how you showed up. Like, you didn't show up like, oh, why you guys didn't reply to my email? Like, I reached out.
No, I get it.
It's all about your approach.
It's all about your approach. And so, obviously always treat it with kindness, but just be bold about it. Just go for it.
So within your journey at Choose901, I know that you're still there. What has been your most memorable moment, or like your favorite event, or even your favorite person that you had a chance to meet or interview?
Oh my gosh, I love this question. So, a couple months ago, I got a chance to interview Tony Allen. And so that was
Tony Allen,
the grind father.
Oh my.
Yes, it was amazing. Like, that whole process was a lot to get him there.
Yeah.
Like, scheduled and get everything. But meeting him and being able to interview him and just being able to create that experience not only for me, but for students of that school and like for my coworkers and things like that, that was like probably the most special moment to me. And it's a moment that I'll never forget. Like, I feel like when you work hard for even a project, whether it's for yourself or with an organization, like when you put your all into a project and you are able to see it come out and see it executed beautifully, like I feel like that's an amazing thing. I feel like I was blessed to be able to really have that successful moment for myself and just see the fruits of my labor.
Yes, so, I love that.
Yeah.
So you chose to stay here in Memphis. You decided that this is a place that I want to show up. This is a place that I want to build. Why Memphis?
So why Memphis? Why not Memphis?
I love
this city.
Why not is the real question.
So I grew up like outside of Memphis. I grew up in Bartlett. And so, and when you're outside of Memphis, it's like you claim Memphis, but you don't really know sometimes unless you go in the city and you experience things in the city. So I hadn't experienced like even a little bit of what like Memphis had to offer and what Memphis was like living there until I moved here for college. So I moved on campus my freshman year. And like that's when I really like immersed myself with everything Memphis, and I fell in love with the city because everything, like, I don't know, it was just like everything opened up. It was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was here.
It's like falling in love with the city that you low-key been in the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you see Memphis in a new light. That's also mean like just growing up and being an adult, like you're able to do more things. And I was able to explore in a way. So I found new things all the time. I found myself like finding new parks, finding new experiences, finding new restaurants and stuff like that regularly. And everything amazed me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never knew Memphis had this. I never knew Memphis had this. Like I would go, there are different like art collectives around here and things like that. I would go to their events and the things that they would, the projects that they would create and allow people to like to experience too. Like I would go there and I would just be so inspired by their work and their like artistry. And so I was like, wow, like I think that is what really shaped my perception of Memphis, like this is a beautiful place. Like I want people to know this. And so when I came in Choose901, like that was just kind of like, it's just how I already feel about it. So
I feel like I oftentimes fall back into that little box as well. We took a team retreat to, I think we were at Crosstown, maybe like a few weeks back. And I was telling them like, this is probably like my second or third time going, which is crazy because it's like, there's so much to do there. Like I remember looking up and I was counting the floors and I'm like, there's 10 floors in this building and I've probably only been on 2.
Yeah, I work in Crosstown and I still find new things.
Right, it's like being here in the city, there's just so much, and it's so much to love. And I think that's why I couldn't imagine myself wanting to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I love that why not Memphis.
Why not? Like, and I don't knock people who want to explore. Like I grew up here too. So eventually I might move away and I might, want to explore another city. But I will never stop investing in Memphis, and I'll
Yeah.
never stop loving Memphis, and I'll never stop like being a brand for Memphis and promoting Memphis even outside of here. Like,
Of course.
I have friends in New York, and so I go there periodically,
Mhm.
and I literally have to fight every time I go because they're like, "Oh, you live in Memphis?" And I'm ready. I'm like,
We're still
"Oh,
a
where you
city.
live?"
We're still a city.
Where you live? Let
Yeah.
me pull up the stats because yeah,
Small but mighty.
yes,
Like us Memphians, we back the blue.
that's
like
what I'm saying.
We're gonna stand for Memphis.
Yes.
Like 10 toes.
Yes,
All the time. So I know that you're currently helping Choose901 stay authentic and stay on brand with
Mhm.
Gen Z. So what kind of marketing tactics or motions are you taking to be sure that everything just stays authentic to the Memphis grit and grind?
Stays authentic to Memphis. Let me see. So I think one of the things that we do to make sure we're authentic to Memphians is allowing like Memphians to be seen on our page and like through our work. And so that means not only, you know, spotlighting the big things that are going on, but also spotlighting stories in Memphis. Like, that's why we had Memphian on the Move, which is one of the campaigns that we did to spotlight business owners, to spotlight people who are behind the great things that we enjoy, you know, and tell their stories because they're so unique and important and they deserve to be shared, you know, and I want people to know. So that's one of the ways. We also try to stay authentic to Memphis by like just leaning in and listening to what Memphians want and what Memphians
what
need.
they want to see.
Yeah. So like, you know, Memphians really big on music, you know?
Yeah,
and
of
so that's
course.
always like a good hit spot for us. Like, you know, Glorilla Bash was a couple of days ago, like stuff like that, you know? But I also posted like a meme about, it was this guy dancing. He's doing this little whatever dance, but it's to, I put like 3-6 Mafia song over it.
Did you see the video of the young girl?
Yes! like
that
is so Memphis, you know?
core.
Like, so I
That
think
is
a big
core.
thing is just recognizing those moments where like Memphis is really coming out, you know? Like even during a Grizzlies game when they're playing Whoop That Tree. Whoop. I don't know, y'all might have to edit that out. But like, Whoop That Tree, like they're playing that, like that is so
us,
core. That's us. Like that's so core to Memphis and true to Memphis. So like finding those spots like music, when it comes to like basketball and sports, when it comes to resources and things like that, like what Memphians want and need, I feel like that's how I stay in touch with Memphis. Now, I'm never going to come out here and say like I'm a Memphis expert. I am not. I am not.
Still learning.
I am still learning as I go. And so, yeah, but I do my best to be authentic and give people what they need through the content.
Yeah,
so,
I know personally, I really enjoy the what is there to do this weekend? Because I feel like everyone's going to be like, so what are we doing this weekend? Like, and one thing that I highly dislike to hear is, oh, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing to do in Memphis.
When people say that, I literally twitch. My eye like twitches, and
are you serious right now? Like, we are literally in Memphis. There's so much to do, and I just love that you all are sure to highlight that weekly. Like, I don't think you guys have missed the weekend at all.
I feel like we love to debunk that. That's a myth buster that we love to just keep busting. Like, we keep proving them wrong every time. That's our goal.
Like, please don't say that.
Don't say that.
I will send you Choose901's page personally, and I will say, we could do this. We could do this. Then we can go to this.
It amazes even me, though, like somebody who doesn't even say that. But, like, when I look on our page and I see, like, the events going on and I see what people have, like, submitted because, you know, like, through our events calendar, like people submit their event to our calendar, and like it's approved by like one of my coworkers, Lulu, who does great at just managing our website and stuff like that. So, you know, it's approved through our calendar and it's put on the website. So these are actual Memphians putting in like these events and things like that are going on. Like, it's not just me like, ooh, that's going on, let me type it in. Like, no. And that's, I think, also makes it special because like even when I go up on there and I look, I'm like, okay, what's going on this weekend? I'm like, oh wow, like all these interesting things are going on. It can be something like fan making, it could be something like dance classes, but it could also be like, I don't know, art shows, art crawls, festivals. Like you would be amazed like when you go on there and just see, especially on a big weekend, how many opportunities there are to like enjoy Memphis. So
I love that so much. That's probably like one of my favorite things, but something else that I also enjoy is that y'all don't mind shining light on smaller businesses as well, like different restaurants that I've never heard of, or just showing support to small businesses. That's something that I really do appreciate. Like,
and those are
my
like
heart.
sometimes that's the content that really does like the most, you know, does the most engagement and likes for us.
Because like it's local.
It's
like,
local.
And then also something that I feel like Memphis does great at is we all feel like one big family. So it's like Memphis doesn't mind pouring back into each other, which is something else.
We are. Like, we always celebrate Memphians. I feel like we have Warden Glorilla out with the love for her, baby.
So we're a few weeks away from September 1st, which here in the M is called 901 Day. What can we be looking forward to? What events are coming? Like, what's the inside scoop on that?
So 901 Day is so special to Memphis, and like it's a celebration of the city. Like we go up for 901 Day because, you know, it's a great way to just like feel. That's what I'm saying. Like have pride in your city, and like I feel like Memphians really stand up and they're like, yeah, I'm from Memphis. Like 901. So you can expect to have like a lot of events going on. Like there are so many things happening. I know that like in the Edge District, like the Ravine, like there's going to be an entire like activation going on there. There are a lot of things to enjoy and explore, and so I would just suggest that people like pay attention, like go to Choose901, like look and see what's available. Stay tuned. Like restaurants are going to be doing discounts and deals. Like there's going to be a lot of giveaways and opportunities to like, you know, enjoy like live music, concerts, you know, free things that are giving. You know, you love free things. Y'all go ahead. Get in on that. Yeah. Get in on that.
So for our listeners, where can we find you all on social media to be able to keep up with everything you're doing, pop out to some events? Like, where can we find y'all?
Yeah, you can find us at Choose901 on all social platforms, and also hit us up on our website. Don't forget that. That's where you get a whole bunch of blogs and news stories about really great things that are going on and all the events you can think of all the time. Every day there's something going on. So
all day, every day, y'all. Y'all heard it here first. Choose901 on
Choose901.
Well, Salem, thank you so much for joining us for Business in Blue. Your journey from a student to a creative has been very inspiring for me to watch, and I know it'll be inspiring for our listeners to be able to listen to once this episode comes out. Now, to our listeners, I'm very excited to continue on this journey with you all. We have an amazing lineup coming, and this has been Business in Blue, all things business, all things Memphis.